What would happen if the sun suddenly stopped shining for 1 hour? Sounds like a disaster, right? Well, you might be surprised, because it's not the end of the world, just the beginning of a very strange hour. Okay, let's imagine this scenario. The sun, our powerful, life-giving star, just decides to take a little break. For 1 hour, it stops producing light. It's still there in the sky, but no sunlight is reaching Earth. No light, no warmth, no sunshine, just pure cosmic darkness. Now, at first glance, that sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But what would actually happen to us and the world around us if the sun suddenly went dark for 1 hour? Let's break it down step by step, starting with the basics. The first thing that would happen is, well, we wouldn't notice it immediately. I know, crazy, right? Because light from the sun takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth. So, for the first few minutes, it's business as usual. You're sitting in your room, maybe sipping on coffee, watching a YouTube video, and nothing seems out of place. Then around 8 minutes and 20 seconds, it'll hit you. No sunlight. It's like someone turned off a switch. Everything just gets darker. Now let's talk about the temperature. Without sunlight, the Earth would begin to cool down. The atmosphere would lose heat that it normally gets from the sun. And trust me, it would get cold pretty fast. Within just 30 minutes, the temperature could drop by several degrees in some places. That might not sound like much, but it's enough to make things feel a little uncomfortable. In the dead of winter, it could even make it feel downright freezing. But here's the kicker. 1 hour isn't enough time for the Earth to cool down to the point of freezing solid. The planet is big, and it takes more than 60 minutes for temperature to really plummet. So no need to panic just yet. Our oceans would still hold on to heat, and the planet's big, slow heat storage would keep things from getting too crazy. Now let's think about the plants. Plants depend on sunlight for photosynthesis, which is basically their way of making food. If the sun goes out, they can't do this for an hour. But here's the surprising part. Most plants can go without sunlight for much longer than you might think. They're resilient little guys, and the shutdown for just an hour isn't going to make them lose all their energy reserves. The real danger is if it lasts longer. But for this 1 hour, they'll just be a little confused. No big deal, for now. As for animals, well, they might get a little confused too. But they've been living on Earth for millions of years. And while we don't know exactly how they'd react, they've certainly faced temporary changes in light before, like during the night. For most of them, this 1 hour of darkness would just feel like an unusually long twilight. This is where things get weird. Without sunlight, the atmosphere would start cooling too, but not uniformly. Some places would cool down faster than others, leading to strange wind patterns. We'd probably experience a temporary shift in weather as the atmosphere adjusts to the sudden lack of solar energy. In some places, the wind might pick up, and storms could brew as air pressure differences shift. For the first 8 minutes or so, Earth would still be lit by the sun's reflected light. But after the sun completely stops shining, the sky would get dark. And then, well, it would stay dark. But hey, at least we'd get a good view of the stars and the moon. The sun's light is what usually keeps our night sky from being super visible. So in this scenario, we might get a rare chance to see the night sky like never before. But here's the truly wild part. The biggest change wouldn't be the darkness. It would be the way Earth would start to adjust after the sun started shining again. That's right. After the hour's up, when the sun starts shining again, things would go back to normal for us. But not quite for the Earth. The atmosphere and oceans would be slightly colder than they were before. And here's where things get shocking. When the sun comes back, the planet would start warming up again. And some scientists think we might even see a temporary weather anomaly, where things heat up in ways we weren't expecting. So what have we learned? Well, the sun turning off for just 1 hour wouldn't be the end of life on Earth, thankfully. The planet would cool a little, but it wouldn't be enough to cause any permanent damage. Animals would adapt, plants would survive, and humans would just feel a little bit colder and more in the dark. But the strangest part is that after the sun comes back, the Earth would bounce right back to where it was. Sort of like hitting the reset button on a very strange and cosmic pause button. So what have we learned? Well, the sun turning off for just 1 hour wouldn't be the end of life on Earth, thankfully. The planet would cool a little, but it wouldn't be enough to cause any permanent damage. Animals would adapt, plants would survive, and humans would just feel a little bit colder and more in the dark. But the strangest part is that after the sun comes back, the Earth would bounce right back to where it was. Sort of like hitting the reset button on a very strange and cosmic pause button. So if you found this as mind-blowing as I did, hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more what-if videos. Because the universe is full of weird, fun, and mind-bending scenarios that we'll explore together. Drop a comment below. What other what-if scenario do you want to see next? Let me know, and until next time, stay curious. Thanks for watching, and remember, science is awesome and you're awesome for exploring it with us.